Hello, Facebook and YouTube friends. And I want to show you my friends this morning on the porch. The kitty cats. I hope I got them in the frame. These are feral cats. And there's a story that goes along with these feral cats. When I was a child and there was discord in my family, I was living on a lake. I was quite young. And I met this lady named Grandma Adams. I used to go sit with her in her camper. I told her everything about me, including the fact that I should have been a girl. And she was a good friend. And she gave me a Bible bound in leather that I still have with gold lined pages. And she wrote in it, "Dear Ricky, walk with God in everything you do." And I have all my life, even in mysticism and magic. I consider myself, like Moses. I'm not self-righteous, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying Moses was a sorcerer. He was a wizard. He wielded power. He put forth magic, disease, plagues, and everything, healing through God. So, why not? This is my religion. Church has always treated me very poorly and really did a lot of damage to me. So I turned to mysticism. But anyhow, these cats will sit out here, and they're feral cats, as I've said, and they'll watch me from a distance. Sometimes I feed them, sometimes they eat my altar food that I put up here like this morning for the birds. And that cat right there looks like the cat that my friends across the street gave me, who is really a unique cat. Very smart, doesn't tear up anything in the house, gets upset when I leave the room and calls for me, gets up with me and during the witching hour when I'm doing my spells to save the United States of America, to bring back democracy, when I'm praying for love. Which segues me into my conversation this morning, now that I'm back on Facebook and my friend is okay with it. The one thing, although through my mysticism and my religious beliefs, I did the alchemy and I did what they call transmutating and letting go of the past and becoming a brand new person, wanting something and then dropping it. I did that. And here's my friend again watching me. Wanting something and then dropping it so that I can have it happen. And it seems that the doors have opened. It seems that I have been contacted by that friend, and that friend is talking to me on WhatsApp. And that friend says that he loves me. But yet, I'm here. I'm alone. There's no physical body. There's no passion or romance here. And I realize he has responsibilities and he can't just walk away. Although I feel, he's 61 years old and I wish that he would retire and just love me. But I want him to be happy. If he wishes to continue to be doing what he's doing, then so be it. But the one thing that I can't shake as I've let go of the past is my need to be loved. I want love more than money, as I've said many times before. I crave love. I am love. I love me, but still, I need a man to love. That's what this whole thing is about. Becoming a full woman. And as I've stated before, it's regretful and it's painful that I can't have the child of the man I love. And now at my current age, a woman my age couldn't have a child anyway. But all the years that are gone, all the years that I was never loved, I tried to be loved, but the blue-eyed devil betrayed me, slept with other people, turned against me for his friends, no matter how good I was to him, and I was very good to him. And I can take 50% of the responsibility. I had never been loved before. I had never been in a 5-year relationship before. But still, I wonder, I wasn't mean to him. I was loving to him. I felt the people around him that didn't want me in his life, and that was my fear, and that's where I blame myself. But I was not accusatory to him. And I remember this time this guy came and picked him up, really good-looking guy in a nice car, and he left with him. And he came back home that night and made love to me. And later I found out that indeed he cheated with that guy. And then I remember picking up the phone once to call my mom, and there he was talking to some guy on the phone. And I heard that guy make a comment about my books that I had just published or written and was accepted to be published. And that guy said, I deal in books, and that book's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't mean anything. And I was crushed, absolutely crushed, because I loved the blue-eyed devil heart and soul, because when I love. So when that relationship ended, and I tried to get him back, and he said to me, no, I celebrate every day with champagne that I don't see you. And that crushed me. And I used to bring my knees to my chest at night and cry. And I've told this story before, I'm sure, but love is on my mind again. And so decades, it seems, have gone by now, because that ended in 2004. I no longer want him back. I no longer feel that he's the person for me. We all know who I want and love right now. I've healed myself. I put away that bottle of wine because it isn't my friend. It makes me out of shape. It makes me out of mind. And I never was a sloppy drunk, but I don't want to become one either. And now that it's gone, I don't want it anymore. My old libation is Diet Coca-Cola, Diet Mountain Dew. And then I like sugar-free apple juice, grape juice, and I'll add some seltzer water to it and shake it up and give it a fizz and make it even less fattening, and that is my spumante. Because the spumantes you buy in the store, they have a lot of sugar in them, and they're all so sweet, and I prefer the dry. But segueing back to the love thing, I've healed myself. Physician, heal thyself. So I did. Because it was the logical step. I transmutated. I let go of the past. It doesn't consume me. It doesn't control me. It's done its damages. But I keep myself on a positive note. I have my fears of people. And certainly these days, I don't even take the car I do have and go out because of all of the violence that's going on in the world, all the hate against transgender people in general. All I have is my mother. As Jekyll and Hyde she can be sometimes, she still loves me. I just have to keep my mouth shut and know that she loves me and that she does good things. And I have to live in a house that is not repaired, that is just not the way I like to live. But I do, because I have to. And yes, I need a man to rescue me. But then I also know that love is not the answer to everything. And that is why I healed myself. And that is why I decided to be strong, hold on, and never, ever, ever give up again in this life. But yet, it is hard to live without love when love is the thing you value more than life. And as a shaman, I have God telling me in my dreams that He has prepared a man for me, a soulmate, and that no one's going to be able to destroy it. That I should just rest in His hands and know that I'm safe. So I'm trying to do that. In a life, in a world where there are saboteurs around me, haters who just hate me because I'm transgendered. And then there's the family that just accepts me, spreads lies about me, hurts me. I've cut them out of my life. I don't see them anymore. I only see the younger cousins that love me, that don't judge me. If they have a judgment and I come to them and I say, no, that's not true, then they're, okay, well, I'm glad to know that's what they say, that you're okay. Because I know their judgments come from the lying, wagging tongues of the elders that have always treated me so bad. And then the rest of the cousins that are my age, they never stop by to say, how are you doing? We love you. I mean, it's been years. I need someone to help fix my camper. I've got cousins that could do that. They never come by. Never. I have a cousin who I thought was my best friend. I raised her 2 boys. She started calling me welfare. She started saying that I'm negative. She started putting me down, and I finally got tired of it. I've done everything for her. Supported her all over the place. After I was bashed and raped and left for dead, where was she? She was nowhere to be found. She didn't come to see if I was okay. You know who came to see if I was okay? My mother. That's all. And of course my father I was living with at the time, while I was working in jewelry in Indiana, while I was working at Pizza Hut, while I was working at Walmart's, trying to rebuild my life. And that was after I got thrown out with nothing by the Blue-Eyed Devil. That was a horrible time in my life. Although I had many friends in Indiana because I used to go to Steak and Shake and hang out. They all showed up to see if I was okay. And I miss them sometimes. But I was very broken after that incident. Before I got to the psychologist who I prayed about and picked his name, asked God, and he turned out to be the very best. He saved my life. He approved my sex change. He assured me that I should keep fighting, never give up. And so here I am, still standing, one stiletto in front of the other, and I never thought I would get this far to where I am this much of a woman. But still, segueing back, I'm supposed to be loved right now. I'm supposed to be talking to the man of my dreams right now. But yet, I'm still here in this house, in the country, and I'm still basically alone. You know? And I'm afraid, I'm afraid. I don't want to die the unloved. I don't. I want to be loved. I want to value love. And also I've turned men away because of this particular man who have came to me, who were attractive, and I've told them I love this man, and I'm sticking to him this time. And I also loved another man before him who did turn away from me. And that hurt me. I cried my eyes dry. But once you tell me to go, and you tell me you don't like me no more, I'm gone. Because I learned from the blue-eyed devil what happens, what the consequences are when you try to go back and you tell them you love them. How evil they can be, how hurtful they can be. And I'm telling you, between being beaten and left for dead and what he did to me, I didn't eat a bite of solid food for 2 years. I worked out at the gym and I lost tons of weight and I only drank liquids. I don't know how I survived it, and I'm never going to do nothing that stupid again. But I was so devastated and I was so hurt like I couldn't imagine back then. But now, because of that, I'm also so rock solid granite, titanium steel strong. And I don't care what people think anymore, or the lies that are told about me. I am who I am. I know who I am. What they say is untruths. That's all they have is lies. They're pathetic. And as for the bigots, they're pathetic. Their ignorance put us here in this state of a regime and no freedom. And will we ever get it back again? I doubt that I will ever see it in my lifetime. But still, I speak out, I fight in the way of words, in the way of magic. That's where the real power is. Violence that people wield is never the answer, and that includes the wars that are going to end in nuclear holocaust. That's going to destroy everything, not because of God, not because of Satan, but because of mankind and their need to hate and judge. And that's why I always say, there's only one thing that can save us all, and it's the thing that I want more than money. Love. Love is the only thing that will save humanity, save democracy, and save this world. And with that, I say to you, I love you, I bless you, I put protection among us, to the meek, to the man I love. And I ask that God and archangels and goddess defend us, protect us, and help us, and love us. Love. That is truly, as the song says, love is all you need.